Good morning, students. Today we will discuss another demo, estimation of serum electrolytes by using ISE. ISE means ion selective electrode with the competency number BI 11.16 and BI 11.19. So ISE is a method which is used to measure the electrolytes, or ions. So mainly here electrolytes, that is sodium, potassium, chloride and lithium. So earlier blood samples have been tested for electrolytes concentration by using flame photometers. Even though the flame photometers are relatively simplicity, that procedure flame photometry is a tedious procedure with high susceptibility to the background interferences. Additionally, flammable gas utilized in this method presents a safety concern. Hence, it is now superseded by the ion-selective electrodes. Ion-selective electrode measurement technology used to estimate sodium, potassium, lithium and chloride values in whole blood, serum, plasma and urine. So the analyzer compares an unknown sample against a known value to compute the sample electrolyte level. So what are the advantages of ion selective electrodes? It is relatively inexpensive and simple to use. There is no background interferences. They are unaffected by the sample color or turbidity. It can measure both positive charge ions and negative charge ions. There is no destructive, means there is no consumption of analyte by using this process. Whereas in flame photometers, there is consumption of analyte. And very short response time, within seconds or minutes. So come to the principle of ion selective electrode. So ion selective electrode instrument containing ion selective membranes which undergoes a specific interaction with a specific electrode contained in a sample. So the membrane interaction is depend on both size and charge of the electrolyte. Electrolyte nothing but here sodium and potassium and lithium. So this interaction result in a charge in the membrane potential or measuring voltage, that is called as electromotive force, which is produced at the membrane, so between the sample and the membrane. So sodium electrode utilizes a glass tube which is sodium ion selective, where potassium and lithium electrodes use neutral ionophore membranes, and where chloride electrodes use an anion sensitive ionophores. So these are only permeable to selective electrodes. Selective electrolytes like sodium. If sodium electrode used means it will allow only sodium, whereas potassium electrode or lithium electrode utilized means it will allow only that electrode like potassium and lithium. So it is a ion selective. Ion here nothing but sodium, potassium and chloride, which is selective for that specific ion. With these electrodes, the potential varies depend on ion concentration in a given sample. So this electrical potential measured in a electrodes are compared to a standard reference electrode, which is containing silver chloride, which is it is a reference electrode or standard electrode. Here you can see, so ion selective electrode, which is a technique which depend on potentiometric principles. So here you can see this is a electrodes which is ion selective electrode and reference electrode or standard electrode, which containing silver and silver chloride, silver wire coated with silver chloride, which is also dependent to the solution. This is a standard electrode, where is the ion selective electrode which containing membrane. Here you can see membrane which is only permeable to the specific ions. If the sodium specific electrode used, it will allow only sodium ions into the electrode, where so it will change the potential. It will gives the electromotive force, that potential which is measured in the instrument which compared with standard electrode. Here is the this is a sample. So this is the usual procedure which we usually doing in laboratory by using ISE instrument, that is ion-selective electrode instrument. First we have to do, before running patient sample, quality control should be run to ensure the analyzer. Quality controls means we will give the standard electrolyte like sodium standard, potassium standard, like standard controls we will give. If the controls are good, we will run the sample. So then after running quality controls, to run the sample, press S in instrument. Then after pressing S, this will lower the sample probe through the probe wiper from the instrument. When the analyzer prompts probe in sample position the probe in the sample. Okay, so note, so make sure that hole at the base of the sample probe is submerged through the entire aspiration of the process. So when the after pressing the probe in sample, then we have to keep the sample, will take into the sample, and when the analyzer taking the sample from the probe, we have to ensure that it should be dipped or submerged through the entire aspiration process. Then pressing S will cause the instrument to begin aspiration the sample through the sample path. Then once sufficient sample has been aspirated into the instrument, the sample probe will automatically retract back and the sample will be pulled into the electrolyte measurement path. After analyzing is complete, the instrument will beep and display the report and also give the printout result of the electrolytes. So these are the biological reference intervals of major electrolytes, that is sodium, potassium chloride in serum and urine. So in serum, sodium is 135 to 145 milliequivalents per liter, potassium 3.5 to 5.5, and chloride 95 to 195 milliequivalents per liter. And whereas in urine, sodium is 42 to 220 milliequivalents per liter, potassium 25 to 125 milliequivalents per liter, and chloride is 25 to 40 milliequivalents per liter. So these are the clinical significance of those electrolytes that are hyponatremia, increase and decrease conditions. These already discussed in electrolyte chapter, that is sodium, potassium chloride, mineral chapter, and also in water and electrolyte balance. So just I am telling what are the causes and hypernatremia. We are not going in detail. So hyponatremia means decreases serum sodium concentration below the normal level is called as hyponatremia. Means normal level 135 to 145, then less than 135 is called as hyponatremia. So causes of hyponatremia are vomiting, diarrhea, burns, Edison disease like that adrenal insufficiency, and renal tubular acidosis and renal reabsorption of sodium is defect. And also in chronic renal failure, nephrotic syndrome, congestive cardiac failure, hyperglycemia and ketoacidosis, and use of drugs like angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitors, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, vasopressin, oxytocin, and chloropromide. So the hypernatremia. So hypernatremia increased sodium concentration above the normal is called as hypernatremia. So causes for hypernatremia are Cushing syndrome, that is opposite to the additional disease, and in pregnancy, steroid hormones causes sodium retention, and also in dehydration, that is fluid volume is decreased, and primary hyperaldosteronism, excessive intake of salt and use of drugs like Ampicillin, Tetracycline Anabolic steroids, and oral contraceptives, and diuretics and cortisone therapy. So come to the hypokalaemia, means decreases serum potassium concentration below the normal range is called as hypokalaemia. So causes for hypokalaemia are diarrhea, vomiting, pyloric obstruction, Cushing syndrome, renal tubular acidosis, hypomagnesemia, alkalosis, and use of drugs like insulin, diuretics, and corticosteroids. Come to the hyperkalemia, there is increased, there is opposite to the hypokalemia, increased serum potassium concentration more than normal range is called as hyperkalemia. So cause for hyperkalemia are obstruction in urinary tract, renal failure, and digestion disease, diabetes mellitus, metabolic alkalosis, Burns, hemolysis of any cause, and use of drugs like spironolactone, and angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitors, and beta blockers, digoxin, and cyclosporins. So last one, hypochloremia, that is decreases serum chloride concentration below the normal is called as hypochloremia. So causes for hypochloremia are excessive vomiting, that is in hydrochloric acid is lost, and so plasma chloride is lowered, and there will be a compensatory increase in plasma bicarbonate. This is called as hyperchloremia alkalosis, and also excessive sweating, and in addition disease there is aldosterone is decreased, and renal tubular reabsorption of chloride is decreased, and more chloride is excreted. And hyperchloremia, that is increases serum chloride concentration more than normal range is hyperchloremia. So causes for hyperchloremia are dehydration, Cushing syndrome, that is mineralocorticoid causes increased reabsorption of chloride from the kidney tubules, and severe diarrhea leads to the loss of bicarbonate and compensatory retention of chloride, and renal tubular acidosis. They are the causes for hyperchloremia. Thank you. Fast help